Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Umbriel and today it's time to start the next project on my quest to knit down my acrylic yarn stash. So today I want to be working on the Sophie Shawl. In the last episode or part of this quest, I weighed all my yarn, so now I have a really good overview of all the yarn that I still have to knit down. And I've realized that I have exactly the right amount of this lilac yarn to make a Sophie Shawl by Petite Knit. And actually, when I first started this whole series, I was thinking it would be cool to knit like very classy patterns that are like very delicate and very, I don't know, that people look at like, oh, that's such a cool design or whatever, and then knit them in like the most budget friendly yarn, which is acrylic. I thought that juxtaposition is pretty cool. I don't know. So I have my computer right here. The yarn that I need is worsted weight, and this is definitely a little thinner. And they say to use a 5mm needle. What I'm thinking is maybe to use a 4.5, so then I would have a little bit of a smaller gauge. So then my shawl would actually be smaller too. But the yardage that it asks for is 300 to 600 meters. So I'm guessing the 300 for the smallest size. There's a small, medium, and a large. And for this yarn, I'm just looking in my little inventory thing. I have 690 meters. So what I could do is just, because I think it's knit from, the shawl is knit from like end to end. And then you increase, and then you have a part where it's just no increases, no decreases, and then you decrease. So I think maybe I'll just knit until the halfway point of my yarn and then start decreasing, and then on the 4.5mm needle, so I can just use up all of the lilac yarn that I have. That would be really nice. So I think that's what my plan is. So it's just time to cast on, I guess. Buy the pattern and cast on. So I'm gonna buy the pattern now and then start knitting a Sophie shawl in this beautiful lilac color. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, I think so. This is how far I got in one day. Seems like a lot of progress. I definitely understand what people say that they can finish one of the Sophie scarves in one day, because this was definitely just super easy going, super nice. So Petite Knit has the Sophie Shawl, which is the big one, and then she has the Sophie scarf, which is like the little one that you tie in your hair or around your neck. Anyway, yeah, I'm like a third of the way on the increases, and what I said before was untrue. So actually you increase until a certain point, and then you immediately start decreasing. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to increase until I'm halfway along the yarn that I have, and not really look at how much I need to increase according to the pattern. Because I'm using the 4.5 millimeter needle, I'm gonna have a smaller scarf, but I just wanna have all the yarn used up. So I have this ball of yarn that I wound, or like a skein ball, I don't know, cake, there you go. And 2 balls of yarn. This one was 125 grams and the other 2 were both 52 grams, so 104 together. So somewhere at the end, I think when I have 10 grams left of this is when I need to start doing decreases. So I'm gonna keep track of that. I was thinking of maybe winding off from the outside, because I'm knitting from the inside, winding off from the outside 10 grams and then put in a stitch marker. That's something I did for my muscle blower hat. I talked about that on my podcast. I did that on my muscle blower hat and it was really nice and easy, because then you don't need to keep track of anything. So yeah, don't know if I'm gonna do that. For now, I'm just gonna keep on knitting because I'm nowhere near halfway of all my yarn. So, and then later I can always do that. So yeah, it's going really well. I'm just knitting at the beach the whole time. I'm getting a little bit of a tan in the middle of September, which is crazy. So it's really nice. I'm gonna knit a little bit more at the beach today.
What does this mean? Met je tide meegaat.
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
Oh, like, it means like if things change, just because it's like new and a new, like for example, mobile phones.
Yeah.
That people refuse to use it, and then some people, like older people, would like gaan met de tijd mee.
Older people what?
Some people like adjust to the new things, like modern things, like for example mobile phones.
But it's with met je tijd, niet met de tijd meegaan.
I would say met de tijd meegaan. How would you say that? Yeah. I would say met de tijd.
Alright.
Yeah.
little updates on scarf. Da, 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 da. I haven't actually counted the stitches, but I think I am a lot farther than the pattern says that the halfway point is for the amount of stitches for the largest size, but I'm not there yet in the length of it. And if I would probably wear it like this would be, if this is the halfway point, probably wear it right there, put this around and to the front, and then I don't actually have that much fabric left here, so I feel like I can put a lot more length in, and I haven't reached the middle point yet. Look at this, it's actually holding up pretty well, but it's looking a little messy, and the yarn just smells like kind of old acrylic yarn. But yeah, I felt like I should give you a little update. It's just so plain. Like I'm just knitting and then increasing a stitch every few rows, and that's what I'm doing. There's nothing else to update you on except for when I start decreasing instead of increasing. So yeah, it's going great. So that's the good news, I guess. Let's keep going. So this is all I've left of the lilac yarn after finishing the scarf. It's been a while. I have been thinking about whether or not I should finish this video. But here I am. This one is finished, and I wanted to do a little extra thing here, which is this hat. And the funny story about this hat is that I started making it before I knew how to make patterns. Or follow patterns, I mean. So I just casted on some stitches at the bottom, and I didn't know that decreases were actually a thing. I just thought if I want less, I could just knit two together, because then you have less. I thought I was doing it wrong, but it ended up being an actual decrease method to just knitting two stitches together. So then I made it like all flat, and then at the end I seamed it together over here, as you can see, and I made a little pom-pom on it. And the funny thing is, I made this one for my brother. I used to make one every year for Sinterklaas. When I was a teenager, or a couple of years. Sinterklaas is like the Dutch Christmas, kind of. We have Christmas too, but that's during Sinterklaas when you give gifts. Anyway, this was just lying around at my dad's house. I was like, hey, I made that one. That's super fun to see that that's the kind of stuff that I used in it before I knew that patterns existed. So this is what it looks like. It's like my ears are totally not covered, and there's the pom-pom. But what I was thinking, the fit is pretty nice. I mean, I did pretty well on like the fit of the top part. But what I was thinking is I can pick up stitches and then knit a ribbing to add to it in the round, and then see if my brother wants to have it again, because he said, I made him another hat recently, And he said, yeah, that one fits a little better, obviously. But I could make him ribbing on this one, and then he can maybe wear this one. He would like this. He likes the pom-pom. So, but I think I'll do it in black just to make it a little like more wearable. And here's all my black yarn still, so I have more than enough. So even thinking of making a double folded one. Yeah. So that's a little thing I'm gonna add to it now. And we'll see. Looks pretty cute actually. All right, so that's that hat. And then this one is finished. It was just a big drag. And I have been wearing this one, but not super often. Just because I have this woolen scarf that I always wear, this pink one, that is like woven wool. And I just wear that one all the time. But the other day that one was a little dirty, so then I used this one, and then it was kind of nice. So there's my winter accessories. I need it now. It's cold. All right, so I'm gonna continue knitting this ribbing, and then it's finishing time. And I'll share with you how much I actually have knitted, how much I've left. All right. We're finally finishing this one up. So I wanted to give a little recap on this shawl, the Sophie Shawl by Petite Knit. And I have calculated how much I have used, and yeah, give a little summary of everything. So at some point I felt like this was kind of boring to film, because you just start at one end, do increasing till this middle point right here, and then you decrease until you're back at the same point. So yeah, I felt like it was getting a little boring. I'll put it on so you can see. It's a really nice and squishy shawl, and you have these cute little ends that you can tie together. I made it a lot longer than the pattern says to do, so I basically just increased until I was halfway through my yarn, and I used a smaller needle size, so the 4.5mm needles, and I increased to a lot more stitches than the pattern states. And my shawl is a little bigger than the biggest size from the pattern, but it's so easy to adjust. You just increase longer than the pattern says to do, and then when you do decrease, you can just follow the instructions until you get back to the end when you decreased enough stitches again to be at the start, like the same amount of stitches that you started with. So yeah, it's really nice to adjust. It's really not that intricate of a pattern. Yeah, and I used the acrylic yarn because this is a acrylic stash down video. And I am very proud to say that I had 230 grams of this lilac yarn, of which I used 225 grams. So that is almost 5 whole of these balls that I used for this scarf, 4.5. And yeah, I only have 5 grams left of this yarn now. And I don't actually know where it is. I know you just saw it in my previous clip. But yeah, I'm glad that I got to use it. Yeah, I'm happy that I finally found something to do with this really nice, beautiful lilac color. Can you tell that it's my favorite color? So I'm really happy with this outcome. I'm really happy with the Sophie Shawl. I'm glad I finally got to use some more acrylic yarn for something for myself, because I have been making a lot of gifts for it. I do have to say that I wish I had this in a woolly wool, because it just feels a little more squishy and a little more luxurious. But still, when I wear it now, I'm like, this is pretty nice, you know? So I should just wear it a little more often. It's good to have in rotation, and it's such a beautiful shawl that I am sure to just keep it for a long time. It's one of those that you can just have as one of the accessories that you can wear. Like if I have a family later, you can just have this one as one of the options to wear, and it doesn't matter if it gets dirty, you can just wash it in a washing machine. So that's why this is kind of nice to not have it in like a more expensive wool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think I should make after this. I have in total 3,176 grams of acrylic yarn. So let me know what you think I should make next. Just challenge me and we'll see what I can do with that. I really do need some more inspiration to work through my acrylic yarn stash. Right now I'm just knitting all the fun stuff in wool, because it just feels nice and squishy and nice and woolly, and I like that. But I really want to make use of everything that I have, and I want to make something that I would definitely use, or someone that I love can use. So if you have any ideas, then please let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!